This episode of Tim's Enthusiast Garage is brought to you by Southwest Lotus Center. If you own any kind of Lotus or Noble, they're your new best friend. Order parts for quick delivery from across the pond, or if you're in the United Kingdom, you owe it to yourself to have your exotic service there. You can visit their webpage at thelotuscenter.com or on Instagram at Southwest Lotus Center. Before you watch this next video, I wanted to just take a minute and thank you for watching the channel. I recently had a conversation with a YouTuber that's quite popular. That conversation left me thinking, really, what did I want to accomplish with Tim's Enthusiast Garage? I had hoped to share my collection so that you would know if you were going to buy these cars, did you want the car? Was it a car that would work in your collection? Was it the type of car that you'd even be interested in? That YouTuber essentially said that unless you had 150,000 subscribers, it really wasn't worth doing. To me, it's worth doing for a couple subscribers. I'm really not interested in doing gimmicks, so it's never going to be sort of clickbait titles and watch this and I'm going to blow this up. If you don't care about gimmicks and you want to watch videos about cars and you like the same kind of cars I do, I'd really love it if you'd share this video with a friend and if you'd subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. And don't worry, I will be bringing you a full video of this S4S. I love it. It's ridiculous. Oh boy. Well, she's on the flatbed, headed to Lucor with Rich. My wheel from the S4S. I love that someone put, who puts weights on the outside of a wheel? Seriously. But, loaded. This is Rich. Rich. So masterful. Literally made this. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Not bad. So interestingly, as a side note, for the last 2 weeks, it has been sitting in the detail shop, just hanging out while we got ready here, and it has not leaked anything. This is a British car first. A British car first. Once we got into the Lotus S4, my spirits lifted. Things were not as bad under here as I kind of had feared, because where water had sat, it was pretty scary up top. Even looking at bushings and adjustment points, most things under here are usable. We're going to be able to salvage a lot more than I had thought. As we're under this car, while we're taking a peek at some of the things that it's going to need, some of the things that are good, some of the things that are bad, I want to mention that just as we started this project, the COVID-19 thing hit, and it really kind of set us back. I apologize for there being a delay. I'm going to show you at the end of this video which parts are coming, and I hope you will stay tuned. I promise I'll update the project as we go along, as things kind of get back to normal. In terms of damage to the fiberglass underbody, this gash here is really the only major damage, and we're going to be patching and repairing that. Spindles are yucky.
Yeah,
But
sandblast those and paint them.
yeah, overall, I mean,
The tube chassis is in great shape.
Yeah,
it's all galvanized.
It's galvanized.
It's a galvanized tube chassis.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
There's a lot less dirt daubers down here. Gas tank.
Gas tank. How's the other gas
Looks nasty. So definitely gas tank. Gas tanks in these are pretty notoriously not healthy. And this one is about as unhealthy as they get. So gas tanks are in the future. So this is the first real nasty bit that we're seeing. And I'll let Rich explain this fabbed in bit of wonder here.
So this lower valance is, or actually I guess you could call that the core support, is all fiberglass. And they laid a piece of metal in here that actually wraps all the way around and up, and it's actually exfoliating. So we'll have to cut the fiberglass out, build a new piece of metal, which we can then use resin and fiberglass it back in so that it'll be structurally sound again. It'll take time, but it's fixable. Fiberglass is easily repaired.
The other thing that doesn't look great is the radiator.
Yeah, the radiator's shot, which isn't the big surprise. We'll see if it holds water, but I don't expect it to. I mean, this is corrosion from water sitting in it for 10 years. So we'll see if we'll pull vacuum on the cooling system and see if it holds vacuum. If it does, we'll drain it and fill it up with fresh fluids, and then it'll probably be a sprinkler.
No question. One of the things I love about Rich, I don't know if you've noticed this, Rich, and let me get Rich's face here. Rich is truly joyful working on cars. Like, you can tell I
have my moments.
He hasn't lost like the kid, you know, the why you work on cars in the first place is it's cool to work on cars. And thankfully Rich never lost that. So that is one of the cool things. Here we see the bottom part of the squirrel nest from episode 1.
I'll put it at Tim Neely height.
Thank you. So if you watch the first episode, this is the bottom of where the squirrel lived. I'm saying it's a squirrel, but it could have been any number of small rodents.
I didn't know they had Norman trees in Florida.
Yeah, this is North Florida, so he's in like the northern Georgia part of Florida. This is definitely the worst part of the car. The fact that the drains got clogged by debris and water stayed here for so long.
Yeah, he had a swimming pool in the nose instead of
that has been not good. And as you can see, the headlight.
Well, you can see the water line. It was 4 inches deep on the airbag sensor, and
luckily underneath the car is not like this.
No, it's not bad. And being a composite vehicle, I'm not worried about the body. I mean, we've got the metal that's inlaid into the composite areas for reinforcements that we'll have to deal with. But
these are not looking great. This is the shifter hame joints, however you say that. A lot of cool workmanship on these cars, though. So a variety of parts are coming the Lotus Esprit's way. Obviously gas tanks are a big thing. Rich is going to be actually fabricating those gas tanks, and so that's a thing. Of course we're going to do a lot of the things that you would just sort of expect on any car that sat for a while. Any of the hydraulics, the seals and that sort of thing, that's all going to get resealed, sort of rebuilt. timing belt, a head gasket, cam gasket, a new clutch. The clutch doesn't look bad on the car, but it's sat for so long that I think it goes without saying that the clutch is going to need replaced. We'll resurface the flywheel. The crank seal, we're doing coilovers that are a little bit different than any of the coilovers I've done before. Southwest Lotus Center highly recommended those, and so we're doing those coilovers. We're going to do the same lip spoiler that we've done on the V8. Also from Southwest Lotus Center, we'll be doing the fuel pump assembly. We're doing the upgraded V8 and S4S Brembo brake calipers, new rotors, front and rear, pads, front and rear. We're also going to take care of some of the rotted air conditioning componentry, and so we'll be updating that. As we mentioned in both of these episodes, the headlight motor, the headlight assembly, all the linkage, we're going to replace that. We're also going to be doing the long transom tail, which I think is a subtle yet kind of a cool look for the back of the car. It sweeps up the very back. It kind of matches the angle of the mid-wing. Subtle, but I think it's going to be a cool touch. And of course, we're going to replace the radiator. Yes, I went with an eBay special radiator. I had used an aluminum radiator on a couple other cars. I really liked it. I read some negative stuff on the Esprit forums about how, the chassis can twist. We're gonna make some spacers and keep it a little bit isolated, and I think that radiator is gonna work out perfect and keep the car real cool. While we're still a long way off from Esprit perfection, I think we're on our way. Soon, it'll be looking like this again. I can't wait. Please subscribe to the channel and come back for more. Thanks so much for watching.